Discover the stimulus.
All right. Hey, family, let's all gather around, settle down, and chill for a minute to explore today's lesson that's entitled Listening and Obeying. And as always, let's take a deep breath, breathing in and breathing out. And let's begin with our cornerstone and foundational passage for this week. My sheep listen to my voice. I know them, and they follow me. John 10:27. Now let's both listen to and hear that again, y'all. My sheep listen to my voice. I know them, and they follow me. John 10:27. And amen, right? That's deep because as we know, our spiritual workout last week included a homework assignment to read Genesis 1 through 4. And so we remember that these chapters provide a detailed illustration of how God created everything, including you and me. We acknowledge that early in the story that's revealed in Genesis 1 through 4, a central theme develops from exactly the very first verse that continues throughout the Bible from cover to cover. And it's a vital theme that focuses on the importance of listening and obeying God. We also learned a lot of stuff because there's a whole bunch going on in these 4 chapters, right? I mean, a whole lot. I mean, they are doing the most and not in a good way. So amongst other things, we learned that God disciplines us when we fail to listen to and obey Him. For example, we learned that when Adam and Eve failed to listen to and obey God, He disciplined both of them as well as their co-conspirator who was cutting up and tripping out right along with them. We also learned that when their son Cain failed to listen to and obey God, He also disciplined him. So last week, we learned that when we fail to listen to and obey the Most High, we will experience discipline. And that is an important dimension to the story that we must not overlook. This week, we will learn that genuine discipline is love, and that the purpose of loving discipline is to help us, encourage us, and to train us. And this is also an important dimension to the story that we cannot overlook. For example, let's also check out the following in context without the commonly embedded pretext that distracts us from the valuable lessons that we must embrace without fear. Proverbs 3:11 through 12. My sons and daughters, do not reject, disregard, ignore, or take lightly the loving and thoughtful discipline that is available to us from the Most High. Instead, let us learn from our mistakes and the lessons that comes from this caliber of corrective discipline. At the same time, let's mature into the knowledge that does not despise or resent loving rebuke and correction, because we acknowledge that the Most High corrects loved ones and keeps us on track, just as a father and mother corrects the son and daughter they love. Hebrews 12:11. No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. So in this week's spiritual workout, we'll study Genesis 4:1 through 16, Hebrews 12:1 through 15, and Proverbs 3. Again, that's Genesis 4:1 through 16, Hebrews 12:1 through 15, and Proverbs 3. Okay, so that's what we're studying this week, and that's going to be exciting. Now let's briefly highlight our practical application this week. Above all, listen to and obey the Most High. Also, listen to and obey your parents, teachers, and others that have also been placed in your life in order to help you, encourage you, and train you. In prayer with your family, Acknowledge the poor choices that you've made and that we've made collectively, the effect of those decisions, what we're learning, and most importantly, what we're specifically doing to get on track. Study the word, listen, obey, and accept that genuine discipline is love. So let's get to work, family, and remember to praise and get fit.